Hey, I'm Savannah. Welcome back to Designing Forsaken Legacy, a character design series for an animated show I'm making here on YouTube. Rhea. She is the youngest princess of the Kingdom of Moon. Born to King Atlas and Queen Selene, she grew up in a loving home surrounded by her older siblings and her parents. Her mother was the greatest soldier in the kingdom and would often leave on missions to chase Forsaken back to the wastelands. Rhea adored her mother and grew up hearing stories of the great feats she had done. Unfortunately, one day, when Rhea was 8 or 9 years old, her mother went on a mission, promising she'd be back by nightfall, and she never came home. There was no body, no sign of where she went. She simply seemed to vanish. Rhea never got closure for what happened to her mother, and since that day she closed herself off, tried to project an air of superiority to everyone around her so that she wouldn't get attached to anyone. Although her siblings and father believe that deep down she's still that sweet little girl that was waiting by the door that day. For her design, I wanted her to look very composed and slightly aloof at first glance. She's trying to present herself as a snobbish sort of princess, even though it's mostly just a front, as mentioned in her backstory. For her shape language, I used Vitani from Lion King Simba's Pride as a reference image, but I kept her overall shape soft to reflect her kind and idealistic nature. Her cloak is supposed to make her look more regal, but she also uses it as sort of a safety blanket. The outfit under her cloak is a Greek-style tunic that I found a reference for on Pinterest. For her color palette, I chose tan for her fur and tried to go with more neutral tones for her outfit, but with golden accents to add a flash of brightness back in. As for the accessories, the pin shows the symbol of her kingdom, and the necklace is one of the few things she has left from her mother, so it's really emotionally important to her. It was the last thing her mother gave her before vanishing. The coin pouch is because her dad wouldn't send her to another kingdom without any sort of money. I wanted her to be more sleek and less bulky, because she's not really a heavy hitter in the group. And it didn't occur to me until I was in the middle of making this video, but her name, Rhea, comes from Greek mythology, and that titan of the same name was often depicted with lions. And as a mythology nerd, when that connection clicked in my head, it made me smile. For Rhea's expressions, I wanted to show the difference between how she presents herself and how she actually feels. Her default expressions are a lot more controlled. Her eyes are more half-lidded, and she tends to look more composed, or even a little distant. But when her emotions come through, her expressions become a lot more open and genuine. Her eyes widen and she loses some of that perfect princess look. I used her eyes a lot to show this shift, since small changes there can completely change how she comes across. There are also moments, like her embarrassed expression, where that mask really starts to break, and you can see a more awkward or emotional side of her. And for her sad expression, I kept it more subtle, since I imagine that's something she tries to hide, especially because of what happened to her mother. Overall, I wanted her expressions to reflect that contrast between who she's trying to be and who she actually is. So yeah, that's Rhea. If you liked this episode, don't forget to leave a like, comment, subscribe, and hype, or whatever. In the next video, I'll be trying something new, and specifically designing one of the villains. So stay tuned for that. That's all I have to say, so with all that done, I hope you all have a wonderful week. Bye.